Yes, on this video today, my goal is to help you save thousands of dollars by understanding what a Medicare Advantage maximum out-of-pocket is. This number is imperative to you making the right decision along your Medicare journey because it's going to determine the amount of money that you're responsible for on an annual basis for each and every service you use. With that said, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification button to make sure that you are aware when we post new videos just like this so that you can be educated properly. My name is Kevin Stevens Jr., formerly known as the Medicare Mogul, and with that said, let's get educated. Now, we need to understand what the maximum out-of-pocket number is, and that's formerly known as the MOOP. The MOOP is something that you're responsible for on an annual basis with the Medicare Advantage plan. Okay, and this is the number that you are going to be financially responsible for before the insurance company covers 100% of everything. Now, a lot of times when I talk to folks, they will think that they shouldn't have any copays at all. Well, it just couldn't be farther from the truth. You're going to have copays for each and every service when you're on a Medicare Advantage plan. It's just simply the way these plans work. There's cost sharing. Now, the reality is that the way you can save money on your Medicare Advantage plan copayments is by focusing on a plan that has a lower maximum out-of-pocket. So, for example, if you get a scan, you'll have a copay. If you get an MRI, you'll have a copay. If you stay in the hospital, you'll have a copay. If you take an ambulance, you'll have a copay. All these services contribute to your larger number being your maximum out-of-pocket. So the bigger your maximum out-of-pocket, the larger that number is, the more money that you're going to be responsible for certain services because that number is going to be a larger number. So if you have a maximum out-of-pocket in your state that's $12,000 compared to someone who has a maximum out-of-pocket that's closer to the average at about $5,000, and you have to have one of these services, you should expect to pay a little bit more than the other person who has a lower max out-of-pocket. And that's important. That's the reason why you want to pay attention to what your maximum out-of-pocket number is. Before you talk about any benefits along with your Medicare Advantage plan, you need to understand what a Medicare Advantage maximum out-of-pocket number is. Now, the way you can find your max out-of-pocket is very simple. You can just go online, search up your insurance company, find the plan that you're in, click on the summary of benefits, and it'll tell you exactly how much that your Medicare Advantage max out-of-pocket is. Also, in addition to that, it'll tell you the copayment that you're required to pay for each and every service. Because remember, all the services that you use on a Medicare Advantage plan, unless it's preventative, will have a copay. Okay, and all those numbers contribute to that larger number being the max out-of-pocket. So, with that said, make sure that you're making healthcare decisions not just for your benefits, right? For the food card, for the higher dental package, but make sure you're making a decision in regards to your Medicare Advantage plan and looking at the maximum out-of-pocket because this is your annual risk. Now, the important thing to understand is that these numbers are changed on an annual basis. So, for example, let's just say you're in a plan that has a maximum out-of-pocket of $8,000. Well, Medicare Advantage plans change on an annual basis. And this is exactly why you need to have an insurance broker that can help you understand this stuff, particularly somebody who is independent that can show you multiple plans in your area, not just one company. Now,
shameless plug, we do that.
Back to the video, what's more important here. You need to pay attention to this number on an annual basis because it changes. For example, let's just say your maximum out-of-pocket in 2025 was $5,000. Well, when these plans change on an annual basis during the annual enrollment period, when you're notified of these changes, you need to pay attention to these changes because your maximum out-of-pocket could be $5,000 in 2025, but it could jump up to $8,000 in 2026. So it's important to reevaluate, have an annual review with your licensed insurance independent agent that they can help you understand this number, understand where your plan changed, and the financial risk that's associated with your maximum out-of-pocket. With that said, I hope this broke down the maximum out-of-pocket efficiently and effectively for you. Make sure that you're liking, subscribing to videos, and hitting the notification button. And with that said, I hope this helped. See you in the next one.